day 5. We are now about to leave Bumthang and head towards Mongar, a 5 to 6 hour ride over the mountains, crossing the second highest pass in Bhutan, about 3,500 meters. So we've been told to dress warm. It's currently 8 degrees, and obviously it's going to drop as soon as we get up high up in these mountains and the passes. So I'm not taking any chances today. I've got my waterproof bottoms on. I don't want to get soaked like I did the other day. Wait, what happened to day 4? Some of you are asking, I know. Well, if you remember the end of day 3, we were absolutely drenched. Drowned rats would be an understatement. But then we stumbled into the Swiss guest house in Jakar, Bumthang, and honestly, it was pure heaven. Every single room had its own open wood burning stove crackling away. Between the incredible food, the cozy rooms, and the fact that we could actually do in-house laundry, the vote was unanimous. We stayed put, and day 4 officially became an unexpected but much needed rest day. This day off gave me the chance to meet a man named Fritz off camera. Now Fritz is a bit of a living legend here in Bhutan. Decades ago, this Swiss native came to the kingdom, fell in love with the country and decided to settle down and raise a family with a local lady. But he didn't just adapt to Bhutan, he completely transformed the local food scene here. He single-handedly introduced traditional Swiss cheese-making techniques to the region, creating the famous Bumthang Gouda and Emmental cheese. He revolutionized local dairy farming by introducing Jersey cattle genes to the native livestock, completely boosting the region's milk production. As if cheese and cattle weren't enough, Fritz started the country's very first microbrewery, creating Red Panda Beer, a naturally cloudy, unfiltered Weissner beer, and that has become an absolute staple across Bhutan. So yeah, while we missed a day on the trail, we spent it drinking craft beer, eating Swiss fondue by wood stove, and hanging out with a local icon. Not a bad trade-off, right? This is going to be the most dangerous section, we're told. It is the most dangerous road in Bhutan, and cars that have fallen off the cliffs still stay at the bottom because they're impossible to recover. So yes, a bit of a dodgy ride today, but at the same time it's going to be picturesque and beautiful. So I just have to be a bit careful when I'm filming, pressing start and stop. Saying goodbye to the Swiss guest house and restaurant, more creations of Fritz. Wasn't easy, but hitting the road again felt incredible. As we ride out of Jakar, the route winds straight through those stunning, fragrant blue pine forests. With the crisp alpine air and the trees flashing past, you genuinely feel like you're riding through a postcard of the Swiss Alps rather than the Himalayas. While we're out here focusing on the twisties and soaking in the scenery, our support crew is working hard behind the scenes, loading up our gear and suitcases. We've got 2 backup vehicles tailing us at all times. They managed to stay completely unobtrusive, just far back enough to let us ride our own ride, but it's an incredible reassurance. Even when you find yourself playing Tail End Charlie at the very back of the pack, knowing you're not completely alone out here gives you a massive mental boost. And honestly, today we needed that peace of mind, because as we left the valleys behind, the road quickly turned into the hardest conditions we've faced so far. We ran into some seriously technical off-road sections, deep ruts, loose rock and terrain that demanded 100% of our focus. first time I can catch up with anyone.
Yeah, I'm glad I've got some decent tyres as well.
I'm surprised I caught up with Kai.
He's riding like a pussy
Yeah, he is, buddy. Isn't that lovely? Just a water-powered spinning prayer wheel, and it's got little dings as well. Beautiful. This country is just stunning on every level, on every corner. It reveals something more beautiful. Absolutely love it.
Then the road widening starts from there, and if rains it's gonna be muddy, so I have to be careful. Okay, no. Now this is all highway. To make a high secondary school, so they will have class PP to work range from class.
We are in absolutely no rush today. Knowing there's a scheduled road closure waiting for us over the next pass completely changes the mindset. There's no point in racing the clock. So instead, today it's all about taking it easy and enjoying the journey with lots of small breaks along the way. That includes pulling over right now for a well-deserved coffee break, tucked away in yet another absolutely stunning valley location. It doesn't get much better than this, but enjoy the peace and quiet while it lasts, because once we finish our coffee, it's time to mount up and conquer the mighty Yotong Pass. So here we are, 3,700 meters above sea level, I'm being told, and we're up in the clouds, as you can see, and everybody goes at their own pace, which is kind of good. So nobody's pushing each other to go fast or slow. You know the grid reference where you've got to go to, and everybody just goes at their own pace. And this is the first time the Himalayan 411 has been beating the Hondas, because I can just go through the slippery bits and the muddy bits a lot easier. But yes, here we go, the second highest peak in Bhutan. And here are the sheer drops just off the side of the road here. Oh my goodness. You can see the roads that we have travelled down there to get here. And pretty precarious here on top of the mountains, in amongst the clouds and sheer drops. After riding through the freezing mountain mist, it's officially time for a defrost and some much needed lunch in the next hilltop village. One of the absolute best parts of a journey like this is pulling up to these traditional Bhutanese homes, to step inside out of the cold, get a warm welcome from a local family and experience their real culture and food right at the kitchen table. It's something truly special. It's not just a meal, it's exactly the kind of authentic hospitality that makes travelling through this country unforgettable. And talking of unforgettable, riding along the spine of the mountains, next up is the jaw-dropping Namling Waterfall. I think this is the first time in my life I've ever seen a waterfall above cloud level. Out here, with the vertical drops and the dirt track and the low clouds, you feel completely cut off from the rest of the world. Just you, the bikes and the raw elements. So that's where we were, above cloud level. You can see the mountains go above the clouds there. As soon as we come below cloud level, it's blue skies, sunshine and hot, so the waterproofs will be coming off any second. It's turned out to be a beautiful day. Look at it. It's just crystal clear, stunning. Bhutan truly is the country that just keeps giving and giving. Every corner, something stunning going on. Eventually, we reached a scheduled road closure that we'd planned into the route, forcing us to pull over for the mandatory 2-hour wait. But the second we cut the engines, our support team rolled up right behind us and jumped straight into action. Within minutes, they had set up tables and chairs right by the dirt road, pulling out flasks of hot coffee and packets of digestive biscuits to keep us entertained. What could have been a grueling 2-hour delay turned into a fantastic roadside social hour, the perfect chance to laugh about the brutal terrain that we just conquered and recharge before the gates opened. So we're just waiting for the road to open. It doesn't open until 5 p.m. and then it's another hour's riding to get to our hotel for the night. But we've had a relaxing 2 hours there, sat chatting, having coffee on the picnic table and picnic chairs. I'm just blown away by Bhutan. It's like going back in time a little bit. It's like going back to medieval England, looking at the houses, how they're built with mud and trees and wood and stoves, and it's like going to an English pub. You just go into somebody's house, warm up by the fire, use their toilet, eat their food, pay a little bit of money, and you move on. Stuck in the middle of nowhere in eastern Bhutan, staring at this massive blue billboard, we just lost 2 hours of daylight to a roadblock, and it turns out we're parked right at ground zero on one of the country's most intense engineering battlegrounds. This is the Namling Bridge project on primary National Highway number 1 in Mongar. This single ribbon of tarmac is the lifeline of the country, but this specific stretch, it's notorious. The original bridges out here didn't just get old, they were completely wiped out by catastrophic landslide and debris flow. Right now, traffic is crawling over the temporary Bailey bridges. If these temporary crossings take a hit right now during the monsoon season, the entire region gets cut off from medical care and supplies for weeks. That's why the Japanese government is pouring in over 1.6 billion yen, that's roughly 10 million US dollars or 7.6 million pounds, into this rock face to build permanent disaster-proof structures. But this isn't alone, it's a 100% free gift aid donation through JICA. In fact, Japan has quietly donated and built 26 critical bridges across Bhutan's treacherous highways over the last 2 decades. They are using advanced Japanese engineering to anchor a 44-metre steel truss bridge right into the mountain, alongside massive slope stabilisation to literally hold back the Himalayas. So yeah, 2 hours waiting on the side of a cliff in the blazing heat isn't ideal, but seeing what they're fighting against out here and the sheer scale of this international gift, you kind of respect the delay. But the mountains weren't done with us. That final quick 1 hour sprint to our destination, the heavens absolutely opened up. The storm slowed us to a crawl, dodging fresh landslides and rock debris in the downpour, giving us a proper soaking before we finally rode into Mongar. Definitely the most challenging day so far, but definitely the best day so far. Stunning views, immense amount of corners, and now we're in this beautiful town, village, Mongar. It's like a medieval 15th century English town. I hope to show you this in the next episode.